Idaho Falls Pediatrics, proudly supporting kids in our community, and 7 Questions with Emmy.
Hey guys, welcome back to 7 Questions with Emmy. Today I'm here at Reed's Dairy talking with Alan Reed. He is the owner of Reed's Dairy, and he's pretty awesome.
Well, thank you very much. It's nice to be here.
You should definitely come to Reed's Dairy. I'm hungry just by smelling it, so should we get started with the questions?
Let's do.
Okay. Question number 1. What made you start Reed's Dairy?
What made me start Reed's Dairy? Well, actually, my dad and his 2 brothers started Reed's Dairy back in about 1955. And my Uncle Larry was the one who really liked the cows and was involved in putting the dairy all together. And so they started the dairy and was milking cows and bottling milk. And then I started being involved in it in '78, and that's when we started making ice cream and then cheese and build it up to what it is today.
Question number 2. How many cows do you have?
Well, we have around 190 cows ourselves, and they're being milked up on a dairy in Mud Lake, and they milk them there, and then we haul the milk back here for us.
Why do you put potatoes in your ice cream?
Well, that's a good question. We used to have an ice cream with potatoes in it, but we don't have that product anymore, but we do have potato flakes in our chocolate milk, and that's a very popular item.
So why do you put them in it?
Why do we put it in the chocolate milk? Because it helps with the texture of the chocolate milk, and so instead of putting milk powder in it to help with the texture, we put the potato flakes, and it does a little better job of helping with the texture of the chocolate milk.
Do you ever get tired of ice cream?
No, I never can get tired of ice cream.
Yeah.
Although I have to be careful I don't eat too much.
Yeah, because then you get tummy aches.
Yes, I do.
But it's hard not to because it's so good. You just have to, you keep eating it, and then you want another one, and then you end up with the tummy ache.
It is habit forming, and it's all right here, so it's easy for me to get into.
Yeah. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
My favorite flavor is vanilla. I'm kind of boring, I guess, but I really like a good vanilla. And so if I have ice cream, I typically like to get vanilla.
I like vanilla and cookie dough.
Cookie dough is a good one. It's a very popular one that we sell.
Can you share, do you have a favorite, product here?
A favorite product?
Yeah.
You know, I really like our chocolate nog, so that we only do it during the holidays, but it's half chocolate milk and half eggnog. I always look forward to that, and I drink too much of it during the holidays.
I mean, it's hard to not, eat stuff at somewhere that has, everything good.
I'm glad we have everything good. I appreciate that.
Can you share a piece of advice for me that might help me in my life?
Some advice that help you in your life. You know, I've been thinking about that, and I think the important thing that we need to do as entrepreneurs and just people is make sure that we're nice and respectful to each other. I know that'll help you with your friends, that helps us with the people that we do business with and those that work for us. We just have to remember to be nice and helpful and respectful to each other, and I think that makes a big difference on how successful we are.
Thank you so much for talking with me today.
You're very welcome. It was an honor to be one of your guests.
Well, it's an honor to have you here.
Thank you.
Make sure you come to Reed's Dairy because, like I said, they have everything good.
So we make the mix over in the other room, and we'll look at that in a minute. So the cream, milk, and sugar is all mixed together, and it comes in and it goes into this tank here. And then we pump it out of this tank, and in 5-gallon amounts. And then they take the 5 gallons and pour it in the batch freezer, and then turn it on, and there's a big dasher inside of there. See, like this one here? See that right there? So that's what's inside of here. And it stirs it up, and there's there's refrigeration and it freezes it. So you know what soft serve ice cream is like. Well, it gets to be that texture. We open this and it comes out into the container. And so if we're making bubble gum, we put bubble gum flavoring in here with the mix. When it comes out, we put a little in the box and then throw in some bubble gum and stir it up. More ice cream, more bubble gum. And we fill the boxes up that way. And then they're taken from here and put in a freezer where they harden and then they're ready to serve. So we have this tank here and then these other two tanks, and they each hold around 2,000 gallons of milk. And so we bring the milk in, we put them in these tanks, and then they're pumped over, and they go through this separator, which takes some cream out, and then over through the pasteurizing equipment. And pasteurization means it heats it up to kill any bacteria that might be in the milk. And so it goes through this equipment, and then it comes over to here where the milk is put in the bottles. And then it's put in the cooler. Now when we're making ice cream mix, we use this. See these two different pumps down here? And then this here. So the cream and the milk is circulating through here. It's in one of these tanks. And we pour in the sugar and the milk powder and chocolate powder, making chocolate milk or chocolate ice cream. And it blends it all together, and then it goes through the processing equipment, and then over into that tank. You know, that I showed you where the mix goes in the other room, and that's how we make the ice cream.
Thanks so much for watching. Remember, new 7 questions and interviews are posted every Thursday. Be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Love you guys. Bye!
Idaho Falls Pediatrics, proudly supporting kids in our community, and 7 questions with Emmy.